Nobody care about that shit. Welcome to the No Filter Podcast. We are back. We are back to continue our topic, unscheduled, about toxic femininity because the shit didn't go where the fuck it actually needed to go. Because Shell was being toxic. That's really the case. I'm just gonna jump it off and say Shell was.
Here we go again.
That's right. We going again. Look, we listened back to the shit. Shell, what I said was we're talking about toxic femininity. Shell, would you like to lead the discussion? And then you was like, fuck no, why I gotta be me? And you went down.
I didn't say fuck no.
Hole. Yeah, you didn't.
Okay. Well, we're going to start with Nessa today. We're not going to start with me.
No, we're not. We're starting with D. What the hell are you talking about? Like we are starting with D. So.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Okay. No. Why we not starting with you? No, because we're going to clearly outline exactly what the hell. We're going to stay on task this time, right? We're not going to go down the. We're not necessarily going down the relationship road, although relationships will definitely be a point. Who's frying chicken? Somebody frying chicken.
Wait. My bad. I turned on the sink.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good.
I was like, what?
Hey, look, I'm like, hey, look, this is a distinct sound. It's either water or chicken.
That was water.
It sound like water, right? Then maybe I'm still hungry. I don't know. So yeah, we gonna talk about toxic femininity, right? So with Shell, this is what happened, right? When you was making some really eloquent points, and then you would just keep woman-splaining and then going down left field. One of the points you made was the point we were just having a discussion about particularly women in the Black community not being raised to be cooperative. I'm not even gonna say a wife necessarily. I'm gonna say cooperative. Typically, Black women ain't raised to be cooperative across the board. That's with one another. That's with their fucking
beyond our grandmothers. The generations beyond our grandmothers.
They're male counterpart. I'm not saying that either because this is going to be an ageless, timeless podcast. They're going to dig this motherfucker up, and it might be 40 years from now, and somebody will need to be put on game. So I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to say that the generation that came after civil rights have no fucking idea how to be cooperative. Notice how the civil rights movement required the cooperation of whole family units. Like prior to the 1970s, Black men were in the home, Black women worked as well. Everybody fucking was on the same page. They was moving and shaking on the same way. Like the biggest supporters of the fucking civil rights movement and the backers of MLK and those folks were family units. After the 70s, not the case. As look, kick that nigga out the house, and here's your 3-bedroom apartment, and you can't, the nigga can't stay with you, and go get you an education. So y'all still had niggas. Your nigga's name was just Uncle Sam, and y'all fucking was like, fuck the Black man, and I'm gonna suck on my white daddy's dick, and that's what y'all did. So that's what actually happened. So we're gonna get past that part. We're already off that part, but feel free to speak on how y'all weren't particularly right. How y'all were like literally force-fed the idea to go get your education, like at the expense of a man. Like other communities go to college to find their mate. They find their potential mate in college. Black women, they be like, nah, I gotta focus on school. What do you mean you gotta focus on school, bitch? Like you're using your good birthing years right now to fucking get a master's degree. Your master's degree ain't gonna keep you warm. You sound crazy. Like you sound crazy.
I agree. I agree with that. I think that Black women have been conditioned that to be single, period. Like, and you're conditioned to go to school, get a degree. You don't need anybody. You don't need a man for nothing. You can be by yourself. You can figure it all out. And then a lot of times you go to school, you get these degrees, you can't even get a job for the fucking degree you got to even make a fraction of what you paid for to go to school to get that degree. And
so what you're saying is that y'all make bad decisions and y'all don't want to be led by the men.
Well, this is how we were conditioned, because it's become a thing where, again, we're raised, you don't need a man for anything. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, again, then it becomes your career focus. So even if you are the woman who go to school, you get your degree, you get out, you get a job in your career, you're making 6 figures. Now you're so career focused that it's like, I don't need nobody for nothing. I don't need a man for nothing. And then it goes back to what you said about just kind of knowing your role as a woman and the role you're supposed to play in a man's life by being cooperative. But when you are instilled this independent Black woman, Black power, Black magic, independent woman shit, you don't know how to play the role of a wife. Your goal is not to have a husband. Your goal is to be by yourself. Then you decide you want a baby. Then you have a baby. Some of us have babies without a man. We go to sperm donors. Some of us have babies with men and still end up being single because just at the end of the day, we just were not conditioned. It's like having this degree or this career is supposed to make you so much better, but that does not. I mean, I've been told by so many men that y'all don't really give a fuck about that.
No, we don't.
Y'all,
Like,
y'all don't pick y'all women based off of the fact that, oh, she has a master's degree in accounting and she makes six figures. That's fine if she does that and can be cooperative and still play the role of a wife. But that's why I say, like, I still try to, believe in the traditional thing. Men provide and protect, women love and nurture the household. Not to say you can't work as a woman, but you get what I'm saying, the basics. So if you have that basics, your career is not going to come before your family. You're going to let the man go out and do what he needs to do to make sure that all the financial needs are met. If you got that type of man, you can work and do your thing or have your little business, but it should not be more important than caring and nurturing the family as a woman.
okay, that's a bet. That's a bet. Anybody else what like to chime in? Anybody?
Um, I think it's different from maybe the Hispanic or the Mexican. I think it varies because my mom, when she got remarried with her husband, she at first she wasn't the one cooking. She always cleaned, but she wasn't the one cooking. She was working and coming home and then cleaning or whatever. But I was still in the house and I was the one cooking. A few years down the line, I moved out, so she had to start cooking for him. Um, when we have parties, I tend to whoever if I'm with somebody or whatever, I do have that habit of I will serve, ask, hey, you want a plate? Yes, I can get it myself. No, I got it because that's just how I am. My mom is not like that. And she is the baby of 11 kids, I want to say. So she is the baby. So maybe the way my aunt and uncles were raised were a little bit different than the way she was raised to the way that I was raised because she did not teach me to, oh, you need to serve, you need to take care of your husband, you need to clean the house, or you need to stay at home, or, you know, all that stuff.
I'm
But
not, I'm not. I'm not even always on necessarily the stay at home part. I'm just saying
Yeah,
that
I don't. Yeah, not the stay at
there's a
home part,
there's a
but
there's a role that needs to be fulfilled, and
mhm.
that role it may be out there in the world. I mean, we live in a time now where fucking, the price of milk and gas and you name it, like just the bare
it's
necessities,
high.
right? Cause it's high as fuck. So most people have always lived in a two working household. Like there's been two adults working. So I'm never going to go that far to be like somebody has to stay in the house. Like I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like
Mhm.
women's inability to be cooperative. And when I say that, I really mean that. Like, so dudes, we learn how to cooperate. And when I say we learn how to cooperate, we learn it from a very early age. We learn it via playing sports. We learn it in a multitude of different ways. We learn that there's a hierarchy. And if someone knows more than you, if even if it's just age based, you typically concede to that person until you find out that that person is leading you down the wrong path. Women
Mhm.
don't come with that. That is not inherent in women because y'all are not taught to cooperate with one another. Y'all typically are hey, you got some sisters, give the toy to the baby and stop fucking crying because you're a big girl, blah 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 blah, other bullshit. Y'all are not taught to cooperate by any stretch of the imagination. We're forced to cooperate as men. So once we enter into a relationship or we enter out into the world, cooperation is paramount to us. We understand what cooperation means. So if I'm like, okay, cool. I make 70,000 a year, and you make 30,000 a year. That means together we have $100,000 a year lifestyle. We have $100,000 a year household. You don't get to make arbitrary decisions over here because it's your money, quote unquote. That's weird. Like
Mhm.
men understand that. Women don't come with that. Women come with the it's my money because my mom raised me this way, and my sister. Like, nah, bitch, your mom is single and your sister getting cheated on by. Come on, man. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Like for
Right.
real. Like that's really what men be wanting to say. They just don't fucking say it. We trying to be nice and be cool about it. So yeah, that's one aspect of it. Like another aspect of the whole toxic thing, aside from how like women are raised, is how they're raising kids.
Mhm.
And I'm not here to judge, right? I'm not on judge mode. I'm saying that you'll commonly hear women refer to their sons as little kings. Like, no, that's not the king,
Yes,
bitch.
I
Like
can't stand that.
that's weird as
Yes.
hell. Like this is like
No.
you are building whatever you building, but it is not his fucking responsibility to oversee that. Like he's not the king of
Right.
the fuck are you
Right.
talking about? That's weird. Like what
That's
type
not even the structure of how that even works. It's
like
king, queen, prince, and princess.
like
What?
what type of
How your
Oedipus shit
son
y'all
become
got
your
going
king?
on? Like that's some
Right.
ass Oedipus shit. Like you got a mental relationship with your fucking child. Like you see your child as like you're trying to mold him into the typical man that you want. And in the process of doing that, you ain't doing nothing but raising a bunch of little bitches because they get out here in the world and they become bitches. They have really feminine fucking traits. Like the whole
Mhm.
quick to temper and want to argue. Like most of the broads you bump into will tell you about the experience they had with the dude who want to argue back and forth. Ain't no man finna argue back and forth. Like some of us are guilty of it because we were raised by women, and then once we learn, we're like, oh no, I'm not fucking arguing with you. Like that's crazy. That's a bitch trait. I'm not fucking finna argue. That's weird. I'm not gonna go
No,
back and forth.
I agree with that too, D. I
Yeah,
believe that a man should never have to raise his voice. He shouldn't have to use a curse word at you. He
I ain't
should be
going
able
that
to
fucking
talk
far.
to
You sound
you.
crazy right now because
I'm
my
just saying, if it's a I'm not
profanity is a
saying
requirement.
that's if, but I'm saying
In
if that's
general,
how you
talking.
talk, if that's how you talk, that's something different. But I'm talking about men who, when they get angry or upset, they raise their voice, they start cussing. You should never have to do that with a child or your woman, with anybody for that matter, even another man. You should be able to talk in a stern tone as a man and be able to get respected. When a man does that, when I see a man raising his voice and doing all of that extra stuff that women do, at that point forward, I look at you like a bitch. I will not respect you as a man.
Some decidedly bitch tendencies, and they're prevalent in the community. Like and then like once again, you always hear the onus is always put on, like particularly in the black community, on men because we not in the household or whatever. Well, number one, bitch, you wasn't cooperative. I had to get the fuck up out of there for whatever the fuck reason. That just is what it is. I wasn't finna live my life with you having the ability to dictate shit to me and try to fucking make me feel like I'm a weirdo because I'm trying to tell you the right thing to do and you out here trying to do the wrong thing. Like, oh, if you can do it, I can do it. No, bitch, that's not how this works. Like, that's weird and that's wrong. I'm trying to teach you how to be the fucking person you need to be, but you don't want to be that person. So I'm not going to stick around and allow you to do no weird shit under my name. Like, that's weird. So you, all these women is raising these boys that they seem to have the problem with. Like,
Mm-hmm.
all of the bitch tendencies, it ain't coming from no dude. You can say what you want to say, like because the dudes ain't there. So the bitch tendencies that your sons have, listen, ladies in the world, the bitch tendencies that your son had came from your bitch ass. I just want you to know that. Like that's the reality of the situation. That's weird as hell. They didn't come from no dude. That's if you don't put your son in sports and he don't be rubbing elbows with the coaches and his the older peers and shit like that, then he's gonna have a bunch of bitch tendencies because you ain't doing nothing but being a bitch around him. That's the truth. That's
Somebody made a comment to me about, you know, when I first got involved with the person that I'm with, my son felt, I don't know, some type of way, I guess. And he felt like, whenever he come over, he'll never come speak. I'm like, whenever he comes over, you're downstairs in your room with the door closed. Do you think I'm gonna bring him downstairs to come and speak to you? So a friend of mine said, well, he the man of the house. No, the fuck he's not the man of this house. There is no man of this house at this point. He is my son. He's not the man of this house, and that is the problem. So when the couple times that you were, upstairs in the kitchen while we all having dinner, me, him, my other son, you walk in the kitchen, peek, don't speak, and he say, what's up? And you go downstairs because you feel some type of way.
But you
don't
gotta
let anybody let you
responsibility for that.
believe. Yeah, I handled it how I should have handled it.
No, I'm talking about the get him to the point where he felt like it was okay to question what your decision was, because that's on you. You were.
I don't know what made him get to the point, because I've never raised my kids like that. I think it's because he feels like, he making his little money and he paying his little bills, that makes you a man, and it contributes to you being a man. But as long as you are here, you ain't my king. I've never been one of them mothers. You are a prince in this motherfucking castle. That means that right now there is not a king. That means the queen running shit. I do not believe. I hate when people say that, like when you're a single woman and you have a son, or it's like, oh well, he the man of the house. No, the fuck he's not. He might have helped with certain responsibilities and helped do things, but that's you helping your mom. That has nothing to do with you running no fucking household where you don't pay no bills. I'm not your girlfriend. I am your mother. I'm not your wife. I'm your mother. And I absolutely agree with this whole, oh, my king. Oh, this didn't letting these, sons believe that they the man of the house, whether their father died, whether their father wasn't there, whatever the case may be. That's not, no. And as women, as mothers, we're not supposed to put that type of responsibility on our sons either, where they feel like they are the man of the house. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I completely understand what you're saying. My point was that y'all were raised by a bunch of women who thought they was doing something, raised y'all wrong. Y'all are in turn raising the sons wrong, and then questioning where the bad and misinformation is coming from. And then when y'all are called out on it, y'all want to be argumentative and combative with the men who are telling y'all like, hey, no, you did this wrong. And then most women don't want to take no accountability for it. It's not my fault. No, it's your fault. You raised them. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's how that works. It's not another way. That's like the same way if your kid is running around stealing cars because you don't provide no fucking structure and shit, then it's your fucking fault. Your kid's a car thief. The fuck?
Like, you know what else I hate?
Nobody would dispute that.
I hate to see women on social media with half naked, twerking, and you got children in the home that's gonna see this, and their friends are looking at their social media and things as such. Okay. I think that is extremely inappropriate and toxic. But again,
I'm gonna go with it's just extremely inappropriate and toxic to be doing it on social media to begin with, not because you have kids in the home.
Yes, to begin with, because it's inappropriate. But however, it's even more inappropriate when you have kids, because now you see girls twerking in a video, women twerking in a video, and their kids in the video are holding the camera full.
I ain't gonna say nothing about the fuck nigga free belly.
Is that? You know what I'm saying?
Starting early with the fuck nigga freeze.
So again,
can you stop bringing that shit up?
No, hell no, that's my shit. Listen, I'm here for all of the ratchetness. This is why I'm here for the ratchetness, right? People can say whatever they want to say. I'm cool being able to properly identify what's bad for me. So I don't want this bitch who's a fucking stone cold ratchet to be able to hide herself. I want her to be twerking on them headlights. Yeah, right. Let's go. You feel me? I need this to happen. Like if I'm coming out of the Wally world and you got your music on and your hands is on some motherfuckers' headlights and you twerking, I know you the bitch that I'm supposed to keep going past. Period. Right. Like that's I need you to be out there doing it. If you a grown ass woman singing "fuck nigga free," I need to know, because I need to know what your fucking mentality is. I may meet you at work and this is not the appropriate place for you to be banging "fuck nigga free," but when you get in the car and you pulling out the parking lot, if I hear "fuck nigga free," I know you ain't the one, ho. That's what's up. I'm here for Fuck Nigga Free. Fuck Nigga Free is good music.
You know what's crazy is I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, we thought we seen you in the
Never
video.
heard that song.
Oh,
You ain't never ever gonna see that with me.
Oh my
Nah,
God.
I ain't gonna say I ain't got no toxic.
Hang on. I gotta shut the
But
window.
I ain't that.
No, like the song is wild. I mean, and it's cool. Like, you know what?
I'm about to try to listen to the song. I ain't never heard the song.
Women who go out and do those things and live a promiscuous lifestyle where they think there ain't no consequences, there's definitely consequences, bitch. Like, there's consequences for men who do it. And if your argument is, why can't I do the same thing a man do? Number one, you ain't a man. Number two, it's toxic, ho. So go out there and do it, and then you're gonna get treated like the whore you are, and live with it. Understand it. If that's how you out here fucking pushing that line, motherfuckers run up on you like that. Like, you know, if I see you in a suit, I'm gonna approach you a whole different way than if I see you in some shorts and a wife beater with your nipples poking out the wife beater and some motherfucking fresh ones on. Because I think you about trying to fuck if you got the whole uniform on. So twerk on the headlights and let me see what the business is. That's the truth. Like, that's what that is. And that all of that shit is toxic. Like, when women immediately revert to, hey, I think I should be able to do the same thing a man can do. Okay. Yeah, you can. It's toxic though, you nasty bitch. Like, that's weird. But go.
I mean, do you really want to do all the things that a man do? You don't.
Yes, these bitches want to do that, Shell. Don't front like you don't know none. Don't front like you ain't down there where they're doing that.
Because I'm not changing no oil on no car. I ain't changing no brakes. I ain't
I'm
going under the hood of no car.
I'm not talking about that.
No,
I'm talking about right out here being a whore.
No, that relates to all. That's the problem, is what I'm saying. When you start, you can't just want to do the things that men do as it relates to being a whore. You got to be, you, if you feel like you want to give up your feminine energy, okay, and do the things that a man does, your ass should be prepared to lay a foundation and build a house, because that's what the fuck a man does. See, you just want to do what men do when you see them, well, they could fuck a bunch of hoes, but if I do it, I'm a hoe. No. Okay, you want to be able to do the things that a man do. That's fine. You can fuck all the niggas or bitches that you want if you can be like what men do, lay down a foundation and build a house. If you want to get up under a car and change some oil, if you want to be able to do the shit that a man does, be able to do all the shit that a man does. The point that I'm making is, you not a man, you're a woman. So certain things you shouldn't be doing. That, let a man do what he do, if you do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, learn how to be the.
Because if you don't want to get under and change no motherfucking oil and get oil all over you, then you shouldn't want 10 dicks in you either, because a nigga.
I'm still gonna go what you should. I'm still gonna go what you should want 10 dicks in you anyway. So that's just okay. That is what that
you cannot. I don't agree that men should do it either. Now, I don't agree that men should do it either. Being promiscuous is being promiscuous. I don't think neither one. No, that's toxic for a man too.
But we talking about
some of these bitches y'all be fucking. Y'all be talking about toxic bitches, and that ain't good for y'all.
Look, let me keep it a whole stack, right? Fucking a toxic bitch is cool. Man, listen, ain't none of the dudes in here got no problem knocking down no toxic hood rat bitch. This is just factual information. We not keeping her. Like, if the goal is just to get some pussy, then cool.
Well, you still done been around that toxic ass vibe and energy though.
No, Shell, listen, we're men. We're telling you about men. Stop telling. You can't woman-splain to men about men. We're not hearing that. Men.
So y'all don't take on no energy from the bitches y'all around.
If we want to go out and knock down the toxic broads, we knocking down the toxic broads. That's not the broad we trying to have no fucking babies with. That's not the broad we bring home to mom. That's not the broad we may pick up some bad habits from that broad, but our mamas and our sisters is gonna fucking set us right if they not toxic. It's just how that works. They're gonna immediately identify that this is a problem. That is not the case for women, because the reputation will precede you. So if you the good girl and you hanging around all of the hoes, all of the dudes think you one of the hoes. It just is what it is, and you can try to combat it if you want to. We don't want to give a fuck. When you do chickens hang with pigeons? No, that's not what the fuck happens. So no, we're not hearing that bullshit. That's not a real thing. Like, when you go fishing, you're not catching no birds. You're just not. So we're not hearing that. That's the case. That does not mean we don't want to fish and hunt. It's just factual information, and y'all can take it how y'all want to take it. Y'all can feel like y'all are in a position to pass judgment on what men are doing, but y'all simply not. That's part of the problem because y'all think that's y'all role, and it's not. It was the role of other men prior to us. It was not the role of a woman to identify what a man should be. Y'all don't get to define men. That's weird. Like, that's not how that works at all. You get to define what you will accept and what you're going to reject and what you don't want and what you do want. You have carte blanche access to do those things. But ain't no woman finna be like, this is what a man is. That's weird. Like, no, because y'all don't know. If y'all knew, y'all would shut the fuck up and concede when men are talking, but y'all don't know how to do that either. Toxic as hell. That's toxic. And I'm talking about the interaction. I'm not talking about in a relationship. I mean, like generally, there are people like you might meet a dude and you don't know how old he is. He's 15, 20 years your senior, and you think y'all on the same playing field. He's lived 20 years longer than you. He got more to offer by way of information. Even if you're not interested in him, at a minimum, you should concede to some of his points because he's lived longer. But that's not how women see things. Women be like, oh, no, fuck that. We on the same playing field. We work in the same place. That's not the case. You don't know my background. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's not a real thing. That is simply not a real thing. Y'all don't get to define that. Men determine who other men are. That's a fact. Like, that is a fact of the matter. So, anyway, moving down the line on toxic femininity. Like, yeah, just fucking like bitches hating on bitches just to hate on bitches, and that comes on like on a wide array of things. Like, you got women out here talking about because you work and because you make money and because you got your own shit and because you got fucking 4 kids by 3 baby daddies and a nigga living with you and it's your house, you think you can give bad information to another chick who want to stay at home and cater to her dude. Nope, you don't get to do that because she knows how to cater to her dude and she's making her dude happy, and bitches out here being judgmental talking about some you should want more than just to be a mother. If that's what the fuck she wants to do, let her do what she wants to do. It sounds like jealousy. It sounds like you mad you got fucking 3 baby daddies and you failed the fuck contest 3 separate times because you got a bunch of fucking trophies for participation. That's what it sounds like.
In case you ain't looking, Mookie's doing the face thing.
That is what it is. I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, like that's what it sounds like. You got a shorty, and she got fucking 4 kids by 3 baby daddies, and she got a new nigga with her, whatever, blah 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 blah, and she thinks she can talk crazy to the chick who just want to stay at home and focus on being a mom. She don't want her kids, or he don't want her to have to work, and he don't want the kids to be raised in daycare by some fucking strangers and be taught all types of other morally bankrupt bullshit from fucking strangers. So he's like, nah, babe, stay home and do what you need to do for the kids until the kids are school age, and then be the mom you need to be. Go be the PTA mom. Do those things. And now you need to have your own, girl. Don't put yourself in a situation where no nigga can control you. That just sounds like some jealous bitch who mad she played the fuck game, got 3 fuck trophies, 4 fuck trophies from the championship, and ain't none of them worth nothing. They was all second place trophies, all of them. Period. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not, but I could.
Hey Mook.
What's up?
Are you
Mookie,
okay back there?
can you close the window? Can you close that window?
Nah, I'm gonna let him. Hey,
Can you get that window?
Look, I didn't look. Number one, I didn't jump out the window. Right. Look, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Right.
You can keep it a stack all you want to. You jumped out the window.
We all do the same shit. Like we've all seen it. It's not a secret, right? So you would do. You don't listen. So you was young. He was young. You don't listen. Y'all not compatible. Y'all grew apart. Cool. That's whatever. I'm not even judging that. You get with another dude. You pop out the baby for this motherfucker. All right, the shit go bad. He's abusive. You get the fuck out of Dodge. Cool, because you needed to get the fuck out of Dodge. You get with another motherfucker. You pop out a baby for him. Okay, now you got 3 kids. Now you just got to really start considering, okay, I need to slow the fuck down. I can get as much dick as I want, but I probably should stop pushing out goddamn babies. Like, that's probably the case at this point. Because if you continue to do this, you're only making yourself a non-viable option on down the line. you're not really changing your situation. You're ultimately only making your situation worse. Even if that means the worstness of your situation is just you having to feed 4 other mouths on a single income. And when the dude is saying it, it's like we're being judgy. Like, I'm not judging you. No, you do what you do. Like, do what you do. I'm not mad at that. Like, if you're gonna make ends meet, you're gonna hustle, you're gonna go fucking work the brass pole, and Uncle Sam is gonna help you and put you in the fucking the spot. Like, cool. Do your thug thizzle. I ain't fucking mad at you. But when I come to you and I tell you that you're doing wrong and that there's a better way to do this, you don't get to be defensive. Cause you wrong. And you know you was wrong. You knew you was wrong when the 3 niggas fucking shot the club up and you don't got nothing to show for it. That's a fact.
Mook, I'm with you. Mook, I'm with you on this one.
I'm just saying, this shit is toxic, right? I mean, okay, if it's not toxic, then fuck it. It's not toxic, whatever.
Oh no, it's toxic as fuck.
Oh no, it's absolutely toxic. That's not what that's not where I'm going.
Like, I don't understand how I jumped out the motherfucking window. I thought the window was still firmly closed and the AC was on and we was comfortable with our feet up. That's what I thought. I didn't think I jumped out of no motherfucking window. I'm just saying, like, that's really typically what happens. Like I said, in the concept that we talking about is toxic femininity. One day, maybe we'll have a conversation and we dialogue about the mistakes that fucking men make. But at the end of the day, men are wildly held accountable for the mistakes we make. Like, we literally get held accountable in ways that probably are wildly unfair to us. Like, wildly fucking unfair. By every stretch of the imagination. Like, it's just like, oh no, you did this, this, and this. Oh, you ain't shit. Wait, what do you mean I ain't shit? Like, I was a kid. The fuck are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a child. Like, so a bitch can make the same child mistake and she's a good woman now. But if I did the same thing at the same age, I'm the bad guy. Man, fuck out of here. So that we're talking about toxic femininity. So that's the focus. That's where we're gonna stay on. We're gonna stay on toxic femininity. I'm not finna be talking about what men do. We did what we did. We get held accountable. We get vilified in the media, vilified on fucking Oprah, vilified on motherfucking Lifetime, vilified on fucking Tyler Perry, vilified on Netflix, vilified in the street, vilified in the conversation, vilified in the motherfucking church, vilified by motherfucking Derek Jackson. You name it, men have been getting the business.
Unless you like skin.
Even some of them light skinned motherfuckers be getting the business. Keep it a buck. Some of them light skinned motherfuckers be getting the look. I'm not going to go there. Community? I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to say that they be getting the business too.
I would like to speak up for the light-skinned community as a member of that particular genre of human being. We be getting the business as well.
Mm.
I'm sorry. Like,
right.
I'm trying to be serious, but I had to crack that joke. I'm sorry.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna be quiet now.
I'm just saying, like,
Go back in my hole.
I feel like, at the end of the day, women typically aren't taught to motherfucking be cooperative. They're typically not taught to communicate. Like, most people concede to what women are saying simply to eliminate the fucking point of having an argument. Not because women are correct. Like, no, I'm not gonna keep fucking talking to you. We've been arguing for an hour. You still saying the same shit. At this point, I'm just gonna say, okay, so you shut the fuck up. Nothing was gained here. Like, no, there was no lessons learned in the conversation. I'm saying, okay, so you shut the fuck up. Like, damn, trying to watch a movie. The fuck?
I've been there. I have been there, sir.
Right, like, nothing is learned. So we not like even the ability to listen with the intent to understand, not the intent to fucking respond. That's toxic as hell. Like, hey, like, are you listening to what I'm saying? Yeah, but the way oh my god, shut the fuck up. I ain't talking to you no more. We're not having no conversation. How come we don't talk? Because when I talk, this is where it goes, and I don't want to go there. You video on this show? You about to tell us some shit? But you on mute, right?
She don't know how to turn it off. She don't know what she's doing.
No, I just wanted to show y'all
you living a good life. That's what she's doing. Well, the fact that you ain't fucking got no range back there is problematic. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh,
I don't know why there ain't no.
that's a
I ain't
good
know why
point.
there. Right. I don't know why there ain't no berm in no range. There should be a
No
berm.
burn.
Oh, you're the one with the birds all the damn
There
time.
should be a berm.
Yes,
and a
that's
range,
me.
and your deck ain't the shit because it ain't covered.
You a hater. My deck is upstairs.
No, I peeped that it was upstairs, but it should still be covered so you can sit out in the rain. Right. Whatever you're saying, I'm hating on it. I'm just putting it out there. Like you're talking about you taking pictures of the horses while you're not riding the horses. You on the deck, but you ain't got no fucking covered deck. What you saying? That's because that's what hater people do.
This is the most toxic goddamn human being
Sure.
that I have met.
For sure. Look, I said that last part. I don't make no bones about it. I'm toxic. Okay, cool. Now, what that means
But
is,
I love you though.
hey, that's
You
what's up.
toxic as hell.
Look,
But you know,
cover that fucking deck and go ride
you
one
weren't
of the
gonna do
horses.
it.
Hell no. You fucking crazy. What the fuck?
I
No.
want to be in my feminine energy. I don't build shit.
But you pay. You pay to get it built. That's what you do.
I want to be in my feminine energy. I don't want to pay for it either.
That's not how that works.
I don't want to be independent anymore.
I think
She said, I don't want to be. Did you hear she said, I don't want to be independent anymore?
Shit.
I don't think that's the right definition.
I want to be cooperative and be able to just shut the fuck up. I'm definitely learning that.
I mean, it's all good. Like at the end of the day, like, and look, I'm not necessarily saying like so, like I'm one of them, and Mook will tell you, right? So one of my things has always been if we get into a dialogue in public, I'm not always gonna immediately correct the problem, right? I'm gonna let you because I don't give a fuck how people take it. I'm gonna let you get your shit off, and then I'm gonna pull your coat to it after the fact. Now that don't mean the next time I pop up, I ain't on some single nigga shit. What it means is I'm not finna be engaged with you in a public platform where you're not listening to what, you know, how I'm trying to correct you because you're so busy worried about how you're being embarrassed. I'm not concerned with it. Like that being embarrassed is you being concerned with how another motherfucker took it, which means you give more fucks about other people in the world than the motherfucker trying to correct you. That Mook will tell you, like, I'm good for it. Like I've always been good for it. Like I pull you to the side, like, look, I ain't really worried about none of what another motherfucker said or what they going to say. I'm finna tell you this because I really want you to hear what I'm about to tell you because it could be detrimental to your health and well-being. Like
You said you put her to the side and do it?
Oh yeah, look, I don't listen, right? It's not a female thing, right? It's a Mook will tell you, like I've had conversations and I've had exchanges with men in which everyone is like, ooh, and not, you know, let me pull your coat to something real quick. Like, and I'm gonna take you, lock you off, and let you know, like, look, this is what you did. This is how it could land you in a bad situation in the future. So you may not want to go that route. I'm not pressed about what another motherfucker think you just got off. Because I know you didn't get shit off. I'm not concerned with it. Like I'm a man's man when I say that type of shit. Like I'm not bullshitting. I'm not finna go back and forth with nobody in a public setting because if I'm attempting to correct the deficiency, I give a fuck about your growth. Otherwise, I can just attack you. Because Mook has seen that as well. like if you want to go down that road, we can go down that fucking road too. I like that road. It's much faster, and I love the way the fucking tires grip. I'm not playing. I'm here for that road. It takes a lot for me to really consider, hey, you know what? Let me pull this motherfucker's coat because I genuinely give a fuck about his growth and development, and I want him to become a better person or her to become a better person. I'm not finna go back and forth with you. That's crazy. I got better shit to do. You think you got one off and you wanted to be tough because you got a little bit of alcohol in you or you around your homegirls. Okay, you said some dumb shit. Now, I'm going to have to pull your card, let you know what you did was fucked up, what you did was wrong, and this is how it was wrong. I'm not saying I'm forgiving you. I'm saying I might the conversation might lead off. Look, for the next nigga, I'm going to teach you how to be a better bitch because this was the last time me and you were going to have a dialogue again. Like, it could easily go that way.
Damn.
I don't think. Yeah, I'm not. I'm the girl where it's like, if you make me mad about something and we in public or whatever, I'm not about to address it. I wouldn't even care, honestly, if I walked in and seen you cheating on me somewhere with somebody else. I'm not about to address it because I'm not even about to make myself look that ridiculous. I believe that you should conduct yourself as a lady and keep that shit for behind closed doors. So, I mean, if you out with a woman, whoever that woman may be, and she is acting silly in public, and then you correct her, and now she's embarrassed, she's stupid.
Yeah, but uh, I'm gonna just say it. Most of y'all fucking stupid. So why even play that game? Just no. I'm not gonna bother with it. I'm gonna let you do whatever you got off, whatever you was trying to get off. That does not mean that all is well. It does not mean that. It means I'm just gonna warn you that the next dude you end up with, because it's probably not gonna be me, because now we're on different terms. You fucked up on the terms and agreement, and now here I am explaining to you what the fucking consequences are. So I want you to be better for the next motherfucker you with, because I don't want you to make the same mistake over and over again. Because that's you. That's not a me thing. That's a you thing. And you may find a dude who is accepting of your bullshit, and that's cool. Because I don't think every woman doesn't necessarily need to be with an alpha. Like some bitches deserve betas.
But it don't necessarily got to be between you and your dude. Let me give you an example. I was at a bar, and the little hookah girl had a lot of them little toxic traits, terrible customer service. So, my homegirl was just like, hey, we asked for a refill on our codes. It's been like 40 minutes. Now the hookah has burnt out. So now we need a refill on codes and shisha. And so the girl responded and was like, we've asked 3 times now. So the girl responded and said, well, I've been focused on paying customers. She like, excuse me? What do you mean paying customers? She was like, she was like, I am a paying customer. She was like, oh, well, the customers that's putting in new orders. She was like, okay, well, where's the manager? She was like, I am a manager. So she like, that's very terrible customer service. So anyway, so the girl comes, she brings the hookah refill, and she's like, you paying cash or card? So my homegirl was like, we shouldn't have to pay for anything. Like, you're the reason that it burnt out, So she rolling her head and doing all this. And I'm like, I said, sweetie, come here real quick. I said, I was told that you're supposed to be the manager. We're going to pay for this refill because it's not that big of a deal. I was like, but as a manager, like, this is very, very, very poor customer service. She started trying to go in. I'm looking at her like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I am a customer, first of all, and I'm telling you that basically all of your neck rolling and getting smart is not good for business. You don't even want to listen to another woman telling you that you look silly just as a woman behaving like that. And so she pissed me off so bad. Instead of me like going in on her, I just said, let me get my check. I'm leaving. Nobody gets any more money from me. And I'm not about to sit here and make myself look ridiculous going back and forth with this childish ass, toxic ass little bitch, because I'm going to end up in jail if I do. So I think at the end of the day, whether it's with a man or with another female, as a woman, you should know how to conduct yourself in those situations where you don't got to get all loud mouth and the neck rolling and the smacking the hands and all of that silly looking shit that make you look like a fucking retard, like you rode the short bus. You should not have to conduct yourself in that way to get your point across as a woman. That shit is, I hate it. I hate it.
Most of y'all don't know that. Y'all don't.
No, because everybody's been watching Love and Hip Hop and all of that shit. They think somebody pissed you off, you're supposed to throw a drink in their face and all of that. Loudmouth jumping over the tables and acting a fucking fool. I can't stand none of that. I cannot stand any of, like, when I'm out somewhere, I'm out to have a good time. I'm not here to argue with nobody. I'm not here to yell at nobody. I'm not here to be upset. What the fuck did I come out the house to catch a vibe, to go somewhere and be fucking upset? So when I personally feel like somebody pressing my buttons, I just be like, it's time to go.
You know what, Shell? Nobody can press your buttons if you kept your ass in the house.
Unfortunately,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? I do work.
Hold
Ooh.
on. I do have to press a button real quick though. I don't like the R word, and I don't want you to use it in front of me.
What is the R word?
Retard.
Why?
Because it's a disrespectful statement.
Different. Actually, it's not. It's a medical term, but
It doesn't matter. I just don't want to hear it.
Different conversation for a different podcast.
This
is a no filter podcast. She can say whatever the hell she wants to say because she is an adult. Just like each and every one of us, we're all adults. We're not in kinder. We're not in first grade. So I believe, if that's the word she wants to use, she can use that word.
The smoke show. It's the smoke.
Thank you. Because you know what? You be giving Vinny the business. I'm going to let you handle that. Because I'm definitely going to end up giving him the business in a minute. Now, you're going to tell me the word retarded offends you. And Deedon just said ratchet bitch, whore bitch, this bitch, that bitch, red bitch, blue bitch. And that is not offensive at all. But because I say retard, that's offensive.
It's incredibly offensive. It's not.
She wasn't saying it towards you, though. She wasn't saying it towards you. So why should you get offended? Now, if you feel like if she was, like, say she did use it towards you and, you just didn't like it, then, hey, just say, hey, I don't want you to use that or call me a retard. Like I tell people or someone not to call me that because it's like, what the hell? Talk to her, say it that way. Don't say not to use because it's not like you're not her mom, you're not her dad, so she doesn't need anybody's permission to say what word to use and what word not to use.
Bum, 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 bum. I'll be so amused. Okay, so look, let me break this down, right? I use the word, but I use the word in its proper contextual usage. Although it can be applied to someone, it has a meaning. Everyone, feel free to Google and look that shit up before you comment on anything someone says because you're not entirely sure how they're using it, even if it's directly being applied to a person, because it's not always the offensive word you believe it is. Just so everybody knows. That was good, though. I like it. More smoke. Mookie. Mookie!
You gonna tell people what the textbook version? I mean, what the actual definition of a
you know what? Right. So check this out. Right. This is.
I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, go for it.
Is delay or hold back in terms of progress, development, or accomplishment. So if you're a toxic chick or man that does not know how to properly communicate, you are a fucking retard because you have not developed and or accomplished the ability to effectively communicate. So in that sense of that particular portion of your life, you are retarded to that. Why is it an offensive word? It's like if you call, why is it an offensive word? It has a real meaning, and what I said, it applies to that.
F-R-E-E.
So if I said that her development of effectively communicating, you wouldn't say that it's a problem with me saying that, but I use a word that relates to somebody's inability to develop or accomplish or progress in a certain portion of their life.
Are you going to sit here and tell me that you did not say that word and then talk about riding the short bus? Did you not say that out loud?
Short bus were people who had learning disabilities yet again.
Okay. Then
that is a fact. The only kids who rode the short bus were the kids that were classified as retarded with learning disabilities. Because people took it and started making a joke out of it or teasing them and or bullying them, now it's a bad word. It's like calling somebody gay. If you're gay, you're gay. What the fuck? How is it a bad word now? Because somebody got offended. It is a meaning to the word, and that meaning applies to you. So only kids that were retarded with learning disabilities rode the short bus. They did not ride the regular school bus that everybody else rode. They did not sit in the classroom with the kids who did not have learning disabilities or were not properly developed. They did not. They have special needs. So they got special needs accommodations. But because somebody took the word retarded and started trying to use it in a derogatory manner, now it's offensive. No, it's not. If you are bipolar, you're bipolar. Just because somebody was teasing you your whole life about you being bipolar don't mean that I said a bad word, because I called you exactly what applies to you. But again, D can call people bitches and whores, and that's not offensive. Same thing. It's a word. It's a word with a meaning. If you behave like a whore and somebody calls you a whore, then you fall into that definition of what a whore is. That term can be applied to you. If you fall into the category of having a learning disability, then being called someone that's retarded can apply to you. So, I mean, I'm sorry if the word made you feel some type of way, but a word with that definition should not make you feel no type of way. The fact that people don't know that makes them ignorant. And then when you call somebody ignorant, they get mad about that too. That just means lack of knowledge to the subject. If you don't have the knowledge to it, you're ignorant. It's just what it is. I dropped the mic, my bad.
Oh my god. And yeah. So
B, you're quiet for a good minute.
look, so you notice Mookie looking down at the phone, right? That's because me and Mookie are texting one another back and forth. Mookie has already expressed to me that I ain't shit. so we're communicating. We didn't want to interrupt. We thought Vinny was going to respond. We're unsure. We don't want to cut off the
No, I you know what? I'm going to respond by saying this. I told you I didn't like something. I asked you to respect my wishes. And instead, what you did was turn around and use the same word I asked you not to use because I don't like it, because it has negative connotations, massive negative connotations, and used it 35, 40, 45 more times. That's an asshole thing to do. That's not respectful at all. And you could say whatever you want, but I'm not disrespectful.
Tell them niggas you roll with whatever you want. You and I know what's going
Wait.
I'm glad this is so funny for everybody. Really.
It's really not funny.
It's not at all. It's not even close to funny. Because when you see a little kid who's got Down syndrome getting called a retard, like that's bullshit. That's why I don't like the word. But you got to say some shit like, well, that's not the definition.
I don't call them retard.
Who said you did? I said I didn't like the word. Y'all want to be assholes about it and explain the textbook definition. Well, let me tell you something. The textbook definition of a bitch is a female dog. But I ain't calling y'all female dogs, am I? I'm just pissed. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna mute myself because I don't want to leave because I'm not that guy or not trying to be that guy. But y'all go ahead and discuss everything amongst yourselves because I don't have a fucking word to say.
A lot of words. Why you don't leave? What the fuck are you leaving for?
He's not leaving. He's just gonna mute himself.
Oh man. Oh, that was great. So they're both muted. Why? What is the point? Oh, can't we just all get along?
Muted because I got in the shower, so I heard a little bit of what Vinny said, but my rebuttal to this, because first of all, this is not even what the podcast is supposed to be about. My rebuttal to this is, and please don't get offended by anything that I'm about to say, but
Hakuna Matata?
You are grown ass and getting offended by a word that was not even geared towards you. You need to check yourself. So every time somebody talk about something that you get offended about, you may not need to be on a no filter podcast. You don't see me taking offense to nothing that anybody says about calling me toxic or referring to women as bitches and hoes. I do not care because that does not relate to me. And it was not directed towards me. You live in this world and you should not be getting offended by words. With all the other shit that's going on in the world today, words should be the least of your words. And that word was not even applied towards you. So I'm not gonna apologize that you are offended, and I have not disrespected you in any type of way. A word should not offend you to that point to where you get that upset. That is absolutely ridiculous. That makes no sense whatsoever. And it is a word that actually has a meaning, and it's not like the word bitch. Because yes, bitch does mean a female dog. So really that word shouldn't even be applied to a woman because women are not dogs. They're not animals. But it's applied to women when they conduct themselves like animals.
Actually, one of the definitions is bitch.
I'm not even gonna get offended if somebody called me a bitch. I don't even care to entertain your fucking bullshit. What you think about me does not serve no value. So why are you getting offended by a word that was not even geared towards you about something that I was saying about the way that this girl was acting about, quote unquote, being a manager and her lack of poor customer service? She was acting like she was fucking retarded. And I will say this shit again and again and again and again. And y'all could X me out from the podcast as far as I'm fucking concerned because that makes no fucking sense. All of that extra sensitive bullshit, I'm over it.
God damn, I'm glad y'all said it all. Oh man, I'm dying. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, man. Oh. Oh. Are we off that part yet? I think we're off. I think we're off of I think we're off. We're off of that.
So back to the topic.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh. I might spend the rest of the time just laughing. My chest hurts so bad.
Stop laughing because it's not funny. It's really fucking sad, honestly.
That's where you're wrong. It's funny as hell.
Sad that a grown man act like that. Now, I've been holding that shit in for a very long time. I cannot stand that. This is what I mean when I say, when I can't respect a man as a man when you act like a fucking girl. You too fucking sensitive. You're too sensitive to be a man. I mean, just way too fucking sensitive. We need to start talking about why some of these men be sensitive because they act like fucking women. That's too sensitive to be a man. Like, come on. Whatever your childhood trauma is or shit you done been through, you need to fucking get some counseling about that shit and motherfucking get some thick skin. We live in a world where somebody just went and shot up and killed 14 fucking kids and you letting a word offend you?
Get the fuck out of here. And you a grown ass man? No, I can't. I just can't. I can't deal with him. I can't do it. Like it irks me. I hate to see men act feminine. I can't stand it. So I'm sorry I went on this rant, but no, I ain't gotta be on the podcast again.
What are you talking about?
Just-
What's your face? Ain't nobody said nothing about that.
He hung up and he got off. That shit just
Nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing. Like, I'm guaranteeing you, once motherfuckers hit us up and tell us, they're gonna be like, yo, that was the spicy shit.
do it every time. Like
Muy caliente.
just can't.
Mookie.
I mean, even the credit topic is like, well, I don't know anything about this, so I'm just gonna. Dude, you a grown man. You tell me you don't know nothing about no type of credit. Even if you got fucked up credit, do you still live at home with your mama? Like, you don't know. Like, you're just so fucking sensitive all the time. Get the fuck on. If you don't know nothing about the topic or you don't want to talk about the topic, don't fucking join the podcast just to sit on there and fucking whine. Who's this, Cam?
God damn, I almost died. Oh shit.
I was gonna say me a shot of Casamigos.
Ooh, fuck. Oh Lord. Okay.
This has been the No Filter Podcast. Make sure you follow us on all our social media websites: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you can be privy to all this fucking bullshit that we go through on a day-to-day basis. Anybody got anything they want to say before we get the fuck up out of here? Everybody's good?
Shell out here think she Ice Cube on no Vaseline.
I got nothing to. We're out. We're done. We're gone.